Hello guys, welcome to another interesting video on our Behavior channel. This is our video 2 on work study in our industrial engineering series. So in this today's video, we are going to understand about multiple activity process chart, flow charts, which are man, material, equipment. Then we are going to understand about diagrams, in diagrams, flow diagrams, string diagrams, and so on. If you haven't watched our video 1 on work study, you can go and watch it. It is available on our YouTube channel. So let us begin our video 2 on work study. So when we go to the multiple activity chart, so this is basically a type of process chart, and this is used in order to record simultaneous activities of all the workers and the machines on common time scale. So if you could look on the right side, we have one of the image where we are plotting this multiple activity chart where you could get a relationship between man and machine. Okay, so if you could look at the multiple activity chart comes under process chart, and this procedure is used to calculate or perform a work study for any particular system. So we are understanding currently the third topic in process chart, which is multiple activity chart. So the multiple activity chart is basically used to detect idle times, work distribution, workload, and interdependencies. Basically, the gang process chart is also another type of multiple process chart where rather than one operator, we are going to use multiple operators. Okay, this is what is the gang process chart. So the multiple activity, if you could look in this right side image, what we are doing is we are having this operators column, then we are having the column for machine 1, we are having column for machine 2, and what we are doing is we are having this operator activities being listed on the extreme left side. Okay, and we are having a time scale here, and this time scale is getting plotted based on the activity. So if you could look at the operator working has this type of slash which is available here. If you could look at if the machine has been set, it's a vertical lines available coming in this, and if the machine is working, it is again this horizontal lines, and if nothing work is performed, we have idle time. So if you look at the first operation, which is setting machine 1, the operator is working, the machine is getting set up, but the machine 2 is idle. If you could look at here is the point we find it out. Then when we look at the setting of machine 2, here we are setting the machine 2, so machine 2 is getting set up, but machine 1 has started working, so we are not having idle time here. But now if you could look at till the setting time for machine 2, which is done after 20, our operator is idle for almost 10 minutes. So the units, it's in minutes. So if you could look at here, we are able to see that the machine 1 working time is 45 minutes, machine 2 is for 40 minutes, operator is operational for 25 minutes, and we are having an idle time for operator as 20 minutes and machine 2 as 5 minutes. So these are the advantages of the multiple activity charts and work study which we perform in industrial engineering. So that being said, let us move to another topic, that is flow diagrams. Now the flow diagrams are very important entities in a work study because we have seen the process charts as of, and if you could look at the process chart indicates the sequence of the events, but they do not illustrate the movement of the material or men, because the movements are mostly very concerning areas in industry, because the non-value added movements can cause high time as well as high money. So if the path of the movement can be visualized by drawing the flow diagrams, it becomes very easy, and it is two types of flow diagrams, that is string and flow diagrams we have. Now hence, because of this flow diagrams, what we can identify is if we are able to reduce the movements, it could help us reduce a lot of cost and time. So on the right side, if you could look this image is a flow diagram illustrated. We will understand how to create this flow diagram in the next slide, but this is how it looks, as basically this is a string flow diagram. Now when we come to the steps for the flow diagram, if you could look at, we need to draw it to the scale of work area. This is very important. Then what we need to do is we need to mark relative positions of the machines, then draw actual path movements of the material or worker on the diagram and indicate the directions of the movements. So we have done this. Okay, now let us see the figure shows simple process flow where raw material from the store moves to station A where operation is performed. Now this symbols, that is circle, then we have the square, then we have this whole delay. These all we have already covered in video 1 in process chart. So if you haven't watched, you could watch that. Otherwise you will be getting confused why it is circle, what is square here, so the square is. So if you could look at what they are saying is that our operation starts in this way. From store we are going to transfer it to the station A where operation gets performed, then we are transferring it to B where it is having another operation being done, and then it is sent to C where inspection is done, and after inspection it is sent to bench D where it halts for some while and then ultimately goes out of the factory. Now if you could look at this flow diagram, you are able to see the flow of the material. Okay, this is how it works. We are able to visualize the movements. Now let us see the man type flow. Now when we look at the man type flow, it is in the second step of the record in the work study. Now if you look at it is under process chart, or you could call it in the flow diagrams. It records the activities performed by the operator. So the man type flow basically records the activities performed by the man. So if you could look at starting polishing the machine and sprinkle the solution, hold the specimen. So if you could look at, these are all the process chart symbols, and this is the man type flow. Similarly we have it for material and equipment. There is no major difference in both or all these three. Basically this captures the man movement, this captures the material movement, and this captures the equipment movement. So this is which comes under flow diagrams. Now in the flow diagrams itself, we are going to have a string diagram here. In the string diagram, let us understand what are the uses of the string diagram and why is basically it is used. Now when the paths are many and repetitive, a flow diagram becomes congested and difficult to understand under such condition. We use string diagram. Okay, so whenever we are going to require a lot of paths being drawn on us that work area, it would get confusing. So in order to prevent the confusion and a lot of congestion, we are going to use the string diagram. Now what is the string diagram? String diagram is nothing but it is the scale plan of the shop, okay, where every machine of the equipment is marked and a pin is struck by. Okay, these are all the pins. If you could look, these circles are the pins which have been struck down. Now the string traces the path taken by material or worker while performing particular operations. So if you look at from the store, what I am doing is I am going to machine 1, then I am going to 3, then 4, then 2, 5, 6, and then I am going to the stock room. So the drawback of this is if the movements are irregular or curvilinear, then it is not possible to trace exactly the same on the string diagram. So this is what it is. So these are the drawbacks of the string diagram. So if you could look at the material flow, this becomes very complicated if we are going to have lot of number of paths. Okay, lot number of paths. So it becomes easy when we are going to use the string diagram because we are not bringing a lot of complications in the play. Okay, that's the reason it makes our work area or the diagram very crystal clear. But if you could look at, this is a very small diagram. If you could look at the flow diagram, still it looks a lot of congested. So imagine if we are going to have this lot of diagrams, a lot of movements, it is going to be a hell lot of complicated. So this is all about the flow diagrams and the process charts basically, which are being used in order to understand or in order to analyze the work study in industrial engineering. So now let us look at the analysis of the motions and the motion economy in the work study in upcoming video. So stay tuned with us in video 3, work study in industrial engineering series. If you haven't liked our video, do like it, do subscribe to our channel, and do share this video with your friends, colleagues, and loved ones. So let us meet in another interesting video. Till then, stay safe, stay simulating, keep learning. you need to come to behaviorchannel.com, and in behaviorchannel.com in the simulation tab we are going to have in the subscription plans for this premium training classes. You need to purchase the subscription for your requirement. You can purchase it for a month, you can purchase it for 3 months, you can purchase it for a year. Here are the benefits which you will be getting by purchasing this subscription. So go ahead and purchase a subscription. Once you have purchased the subscription, you will get access to this training module and other all premium training content modules. Once you have subscribed to the model, you will get the access to the training class page, and once you get the access to the training class, you will be able to get access to the training modules, you will be get access to featured program, you will be getting access to the assessments, 3ds model downloads, and lot many more. So do not forget to purchase a subscription at our simulation tab in behaviorchannel.com. We are eagerly waiting for you to join us on a journey of education and learning simulation. So stay tuned with us, stay stimulating.